Right now, as you're watching this, I want you to think about your family for just a moment. Maybe you're someone who feels completely out of place among your relatives, like you were switched at birth. Maybe you're dealing with family conflicts that have been going on for years. Or perhaps you've always wondered why you ended up with these specific people as your parents, siblings, or children. What I'm about to share with you today might completely shift how you see your entire family dynamic. It's going to challenge everything you thought you knew about why you were born into your particular family, and by the end of this video, you might find yourself looking at your most difficult family members with completely different eyes. This isn't just my opinion or some feel-good philosophy. What you're about to discover comes from decades of documented research by Edgar Cayce, one of the most studied psychic mediums in history. Through thousands of readings and spiritual sessions, Cayce uncovered profound truths about family connections that go far beyond what we can see on the surface. I promise you, if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll walk away with a completely new understanding of your family relationships. You'll finally understand why certain people push your buttons, why some family members seem so different from you, and most importantly, what your soul is actually trying to accomplish through these relationships. So please, don't click away. Give me the next few minutes of your time, because what you're about to learn could be the key to healing years of family pain and finally understanding your true purpose in this life. Have you ever felt like you were born into the wrong family? That overwhelming sensation of being the odd one out, completely different from everyone around you since birth, living through conflicts that seem eternal and unsolvable. If you're nodding your head right now, let me tell you something that might forever change your perspective. Your family isn't a cosmic accident. It's the perfect stage your soul chose for its deepest growth. The renowned spiritual researcher and medium Edgar Cayce, who spent his life exploring the mysteries of reincarnation and soul purposes, revealed something revolutionary in the early 20th century. Souls don't randomly end up in families. Every encounter, every conflict, every family wound is designed with precision that surpasses any coincidence. If this topic resonates with you and you want to dive deeper into these soul mysteries, I invite you to subscribe to our channel where we explore these paths of self-discovery together. Picture this. Somewhere in the vast expanse of spiritual realms, before you took your first breath in this world, your soul sat in council with its guides. Together, they reviewed your past lives, examined your strengths and weaknesses, and carefully crafted the perfect blueprint for your next incarnation. Your family wasn't chosen randomly. It was strategically selected to provide you with exactly the experiences you need to evolve to your next level of consciousness. Imagine a woman who grew up in a family of successful lawyers, but from childhood, she felt an irresistible pull towards social work. Her parents couldn't understand why she'd reject the prestigious family profession that had brought wealth and status for generations. The arguments were constant, the pressure relentless. She felt like she was betraying her family's legacy, yet something deep inside her refused to conform. What this woman didn't realize was that her soul had specifically chosen this family to develop something crucial, the ability to follow her authentic purpose despite external pressure. In previous lifetimes, she had been too easily swayed by others' expectations, abandoning her true calling to please those around her. This time, she needed to learn to honor her inner voice, even when the entire world seemed to be against her. Every soul that incarnates carries what spiritual scholars call the purpose seed. This seed contains everything the soul needs to develop in this specific lifetime. But for it to sprout, it needs exact conditions: the perfect soil, the right amount of pressure, adequate light. Your family is that carefully calibrated environment for your spiritual growth. But here's where it gets fascinating. You don't just choose your family, you also choose your birth order, the historical moment, even the economic and social circumstances. Every detail is designed to activate specific aspects of your spiritual mission. The eldest child, who feels the weight of responsibility from an early age, is learning about leadership and protection. The youngest, who struggles to find their place, is developing creativity and adaptability. The middle child, who feels invisible, is cultivating the ability to observe and mediate. Each family position is a different spiritual university. Edgar Cayce described how the most evolved souls often choose the most challenging families, not as punishment, but as opportunities for accelerated growth. It's as if they're saying, "I need to develop patience, compassion, and forgiveness. Send me to a family where these gifts will be constantly tested." This explains why some people seem to possess wisdom that doesn't match their age or visible experiences. They're souls who have chosen intense family situations precisely to fast-track their spiritual development. The seemingly destructive conflicts are actually catalysts for their evolution. Let's consider another fascinating angle. Souls that incarnate in the same family often form what's known as soul groups. These are clusters of spirits who have traveled together through multiple incarnations, alternating roles and relationships to help each other grow. Your rebellious sister today might have been your spiritual mentor in a past life. That absent father could have been your devoted son in another incarnation. These souls commit to finding each other life after life, playing different roles in the drama of mutual evolution. Here's a profound question. Have you noticed that certain family members trigger intensely emotional reactions in you, reactions that seem disproportionate to the actual situations? This could be your soul's memory, recognizing deep connections that transcend this current lifetime. Tell me in the comments if you've experienced that sensation of knowing someone in your family in a way that goes beyond the explainable. These experiences are key to understanding your family purpose. But not all souls in a family belong to the same group. Sometimes, more evolved souls volunteer to incarnate in families that need vibrational elevation. They're like undercover spiritual teachers, arriving to introduce new perspectives, awaken dormant consciousness, and break limiting ancestral patterns. These family masters are usually the members who differ most from the rest, those who question traditions, who seek alternative paths. From childhood, they feel they have something important to contribute, even though they might not know exactly what. Your family purpose might also be related to healing ancestral wounds. Imagine that your family lineage has carried patterns of poverty, addiction, violence, or abandonment for generations. Your soul may have chosen this specific family to break those cycles and free future generations from these burdens. In this case, every time you choose love over fear, abundance over scarcity, presence over abandonment, you're not just healing yourself, but sending waves of healing backward through ancestral time and forward to generations yet to come. Cayce spoke of something called karmic family debts, but not in the punitive sense many understand. He referred to opportunities for balance and mutual growth. If in a past life you were the child who abandoned elderly parents, in this life you might have chosen to be the devoted caregiver who learns about responsibility and service. These aren't burdens you must bear, but golden opportunities to develop virtues your soul needs to cultivate. Every family challenge is an invitation to grow in specific directions your spirit has identified as necessary. Here lies the transformative power of this perspective. When you understand that your family is your chosen spiritual team, everything changes. Conflicts become opportunities for spiritual practice. Differences transform into necessary complements. Challenges reveal themselves as training grounds for developing specific strengths. Consider the concept of collective family missions. Some families incarnate together to fulfill purposes that go beyond individual growth. They might be destined to introduce new ideas to society, preserve important traditions, or serve humanity in specific ways. Members of these families often feel a common calling towards certain fields: healing, education, arts, social justice. Though they take different paths, all contribute to a greater purpose that transcends them individually. Your family might also be a laboratory for developing specific spiritual qualities. If your soul needs to cultivate patience, you might have chosen a family with dynamics that constantly test your serenity. If you need to develop self-worth, you might have selected a family environment that challenges you to value yourself independently of external approval. This explains why some people develop extraordinary strengths in areas where their families showed weaknesses. The child of addicted parents who becomes an exceptional healer. The daughter of a depressed mother who develops a unique ability to inspire joy in others. The child raised in poverty who becomes a generous benefactor. If this content is awakening new understanding in you, I invite you to subscribe to continue exploring these mysteries of the soul that can so transform our life experience. There's an even deeper aspect. Your family is also your first school of compassion. Learning to love people you didn't choose, who have obvious flaws, who sometimes hurt you, is advanced training in unconditional love. It's easy to love someone perfect who never disappoints you. The real challenge is keeping your heart open to those who know you at your worst moments and still remain in your life. Each member of your family reflects aspects of yourself that you need to integrate or transcend. The aggressive brother might be showing you your own repressed anger. The perfectionist sister could be reflecting your internal self-criticism. The absent father might be pointing to your own difficulty being present with yourself. This is the mirror function of family, showing you aspects of your psyche that need examination and work. It's not always comfortable, but it's incredibly effective for spiritual growth. Your family purpose also includes learning to establish healthy boundaries. Many souls choose dysfunctional families specifically to develop the ability to say no, to protect their energy, to maintain their personal integrity despite family pressure. This isn't lack of love, it's mature love. Learning to love without losing yourself, to give without exhausting yourself, to maintain your truth without attacking others. These are advanced lessons that require the intensive laboratory of family dynamics. Family relationships also teach us about forgiveness at the deepest level. It's one thing to forgive a stranger who wronged you once. It's entirely different to forgive family members who have access to your most vulnerable parts and have hurt you repeatedly. This advanced form of forgiveness isn't about condoning behavior or forgetting boundaries. It's about freeing yourself from the poison of resentment. When you can forgive your family, you develop a spiritual muscle that serves you throughout life. You learn that forgiveness is not about them. It's about your own liberation. You discover that holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You're the one who gets burned. Your family also serves as your first initiation into the art of conscious loving. This is where you learn that true love isn't blind, isn't permissive, isn't sacrificial to the point of destruction. Conscious love includes boundaries, honesty, mutual respect, and shared growth. Some family members are there to teach you about different types of love. The stern parent might be teaching you about love through discipline and structure. The nurturing grandparent could be showing you love through acceptance and comfort. The competitive sibling might be demonstrating love through challenge and growth. Each relationship within your family constellation offers a different curriculum in love. Some teach you to receive love, others to give it. Some show you how to love yourself, others how to love despite differences. Some demonstrate love through presence, others through letting go. There's also the profound lesson of seeing beyond the personality to the soul. When you can look at your difficult family members and see the divine spark within them, despite their flaws and mistakes, you develop true spiritual sight. You learn to separate the person from their behavior, the soul from its current expression. This doesn't mean you accept abuse or toxic behavior. It means you can hold compassion for someone's humanity while still protecting yourself from their dysfunction. It's a delicate balance that requires spiritual maturity and emotional intelligence. Your family experience also prepares you for your larger soul mission in the world. The patience you develop dealing with a difficult sibling serves you when you're called to help heal conflicts in your community. The compassion you learn for a struggling parent prepares you to serve others who are wounded. The boundaries you establish with toxic family members teach you to protect your energy as a healer or teacher. Every family dynamic is training for your broader spiritual service. The skills you develop in your family laboratory, communication, conflict resolution, emotional regulation, unconditional love, become tools you use to fulfill your larger purpose in the world. Some souls choose families that will challenge them to become leaders. They might be born into chaotic households where they're forced to step up and take responsibility early. Others choose families that will teach them humility, perhaps being born into situations where they must learn to receive help and support from others. The birth order you chose also carries specific lessons. Firstborns often learn about responsibility and leadership. Middle children typically develop skills in diplomacy and finding their unique place. Youngest children frequently learn about creativity and finding alternative paths. Only children might focus on independence and self-reliance. Your family's economic situation was also part of your soul's plan. Being born into poverty might teach you about resourcefulness, gratitude, and the true meaning of wealth. Being born into abundance could teach you about responsibility, service, and the spiritual dangers of materialism. Even the geographical location and cultural context of your family were carefully chosen. The values, traditions, and challenges of your specific cultural background provide the perfect training ground for your soul's development. As you begin to see your family through this lens of spiritual purpose, something magical happens. The resentment starts to dissolve. The need to change others diminishes. The desperate desire for approval transforms into self-acceptance. You begin to appreciate the perfect design of your family constellation. This doesn't mean you become passive or accept abuse. It means you respond from a place of empowerment rather than victimhood. You make conscious choices about how to engage with family members based on your spiritual growth rather than emotional reactivity. When you truly understand that your family is your spiritual team, you can celebrate the gifts each member brings to your development. The critical parent taught you resilience. The absent family member showed you self-reliance. The loving grandparent demonstrated unconditional acceptance. Each played their part perfectly in your soul's education. If you've made it this far, it's because your soul is ready to embrace the full truth of your family purpose. Subscribe for more content that nourishes your spiritual awakening. Share in the comments what new perspective about your family you've discovered today. And give this video a thumbs up if you feel this wisdom can illuminate the path for others. Your family isn't your limitation. It's your launching pad toward the highest version of yourself. Every family challenge is a disguised opportunity. Every conflict a masterclass in spiritual growth. Every moment of forgiveness a doorway to inner freedom. Now that you understand the sacred purpose behind your family experience, how will you transform the way you relate to those who share your bloodline and your soul's mission?